On this episode of Playlog, we're talking about which indie games we want to share with our Valentines. Hey everybody, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast we talk all things indie gaming, but of course, I can't talk indie games alone because that'd be super boring. So, I've got my partner in crime, the Playdesk Kid themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie?
I've heard people say that love is apparently in the air this week.
I think those are the toxic fumes. I think you're confusing them, but there's.
Oh, okay. That could be it. I mean, I am very often confused.
Oh, I get it. It's hard not to be confused these days, but also you're probably right. There is love in the air because it's Valentine's weekend.
Also, apparently, someone at the big game said that the only thing stronger than hate is love. So
that is true. I did hear that. On TikTok this week. It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know that factually that love is stronger than hate, but also I agree with the statement.
We have to hope it's true.
Yeah. Well, good show. Did you watch Super Bowl at all? Is that like your no? Did you watch the halftime show at all? Like
I saw parts of it.
Okay. I went and watched it like 4 hours after the fact. I think we were streaming Kaiju Commandos. We were in the middle of the game, and it's funny. I don't think he did. Ian couldn't make the game because of a flight, and there's part of me that's just like, what if Ian just went home and was like, I'm just watching the Super Bowl. Fuck this game. I don't think that's what he did at all, but the idea of it is funny. But yeah, so we're kind of talking about the game. Zach was keeping the score update. I'm like, I'll be real. I don't care. I feel like we're in the spot where we root for anyone that's not the Patriots. So I was like, go Seahawks. Woo. And literally, I've seen nothing about them winning. I looked up the score just to see who won. But like normally there's a TikTok of like, yeah, they did it. The Seahawks won. Take that, Patriots. And that's just not my algorithm, I guess. But it's just all Bad Bunny. It's all there.
Yeah.
I
love what he did though. When he said God bless America and then just started naming all of the countries in the entirety of America.
It's so
love
good.
That.
God, I was watching, I don't know how old or new the clip was. I've gotten so many of like the crazy angry clips off like political dialogue shows or whatever of people being like, well, you can't have he's not American, he shouldn't be performing at the All-American game. He's like, he's Puerto Rican, he is American.
Yeah. And
then like everyone cuts that like right there. They're like, oh, we got you, but I never hear how they retort. Like I kind of want to see them be dumbfounded like, oh, is it? Okay. Like as someone who's terrible at geography, I almost said geometry. The show goes to show. Everyone who's terrible at geography, I have no leg to stand on when it comes to knowing what territories and blah 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 blah. I ain't that guy. Someone's like directions, I'm like, let me pull up the GPS. That's all I got. I got nothing else for you. You want countries and other continents? You lost me. My brain don't work like that. It's confusing. But yeah, just so much aggression about a really cool halftime show. Versus like, oh man, look at all the crazy stuff happening that we could be upset about, but for some reason we sweep under the rug. I don't know. People baffle me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But politics are lame. They're dumb. They're stupid and annoying. We like indie games here, baby, because this is just choked. I'm dead. Podcast is over.
No.
I am okay. Sorry, audio listeners. That was crazy. But anyway, politics are dumb because we like indie games because this is Playlog Podcast, our weekly podcast. We talk about indie games, news, reviews, and whatever we choose. If you enjoy what we do here, be sure to do us a few simple things in supporting the show by liking the video if you're on YouTube and leaving that glorious 5-star review if you're on audio platforms. It's simple, but it goes a long way to helping the show. You can also be a part of the show by writing in and asking us your questions or recommending your favorite indie games. Just use the Google form in the description of every episode and have your opinions be heard. Now, on to a little bit of housekeeping real quick. Do you like watching me and my hot D&D friends play make-believe? Then boy, do I have a list of shows for you. Simplified, really easy. Thursday nights, you can find me over on Folk and Myth doing the Carpathian Sun. We did not play this last week because of some scheduling issues that came up. We should be playing this week, but we don't have the room to keep the 4 episodes. So I believe it's cutting down to 3 episodes. We're planning a season 2, part 2 thing later. So it should be, if you're watching this on Thursday, it comes out. Tonight we'll have episode 2. And then next week, episode 3, and that'll be the finale. So scheduling changes, things happen. When you get a bunch of adults into a room to play make-believe, it's hard to make sure schedules work all the time, but it happens. So we're good. Still going to have a good time. And then you can catch us on Monday nights on Rediscovery RPG for Jollywood. We just did episode 2. We are having a week off in between. So this Monday, we don't actually have a game. But then the next 2 Mondays, we will have sessions 3 and 4. It's been great. We just played last night as of recording. The the two innies of the American Arcadia world are trying to escape. We just got to a car dealership, and Sarah, who's playing Anna Marie, who's like a rodeo clown, Barbie dress up kind of vibe, had a duel with two characters, and Mal made me roll the die of the two like villains, just so like, if something goes wrong, it's on like the party, right? So it was very fun. I sat there doing like, I'm going to shoot you, Anna Marie. And it's very hard to say Anna Marie without doing the like Cajun, like gambit, like Anna Marie. Like, but it was a very fun moment. We had some great bits. I got a gun and a motorcycle and had some great bits throughout the night. And I have a little dog named Tanner. He's a Cocker Spaniel. It's a good time. I like American Arcadia. I like Jollywood. Mal's running a great game so far.
I think I saw like part of it on Instagram.
Yes,
where there was like a thing about a mustache.
Yeah, so for God's sake, ever so slight spoilers for episode 1 if you haven't watched the VODs yet. I don't know when Mal plans to put them out on the YouTube channel, but I'll be sure to push them on that. But yeah, we have our moment where we're kind of learning like what's going on in this world. Like it's a reality show. You're going to die. You're getting canceled. We're like, that doesn't sound right. That's crazy. Sarah's character goes home to see her boyfriend, who's like big macho mustache man. Like, but he's an NPC. So like he is put in the show intentionally to date her. So like she has some popularity and it's not working. So she goes home to like talk to him, and it's like, he's out, he's not dressed the way he is, he's got like a flat screen TV, which doesn't make any sense in the 70s, but then on the counter is just a mustache that is his mustache but like peeled off, and she's just like, it's not real, the mustache isn't real. So it's great. I'm hoping my character's like clean shaven and everything. I'm hoping there's a point where we get in a costume and I get the fake mustache. I'm very excited for that. But we'll see. Yeah, it's been a ride. I'm loving this game so far. I know I have these 2 games and I have some more coming up that are not announced, but let me tell you, still rolling dice in March, everybody. It's gonna be great. But yeah, so those are the games we got right now, just simplified again. Thursday, Carpathian Sun on Folk and Myth. Mondays, Jollywood on Rediscovery RPG. It's a good time. I post about them in Discord each week when we do our schedule, so just join the Discord. You'll have the links. It'll be great. Timestamp! That's it. Eventually, we'll have more housekeeping things to talk about. For now, keep it simple by rambling about D&D longer than I still plan to. Anyway, no quick indie news this week, which means we're on to the topic of the show right off the rip. Tofr, you kind of percolated this idea when we talked about it last week, so why don't you go ahead and introduce us to what we're talking about today?
Well, I was thinking with Valentine's Day coming up, what if your Valentine was like your new date, someone you've recently met, and you wanted to introduce them to indie games? What would be the games that you'd play with your Valentine? These could be romantic games. These could be co-op games. These could be anything you want, really. But what games would you play?
Yeah, I love this idea. As someone who's going to, the day after this episode goes out, I'm driving to spend the weekend with my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. I talked about some of the games we might play or things that will be available if we want to. It was very much like, what do I plan to play with Mallory anyway? Versus like, if it is, oh, it's nice to meet you. Let me introduce myself, Miss Valentine. This is our da-da-da-da-da. Also, ultimately, it just became like, hey, what would I play with Mal that I think would be really great? So yeah, date ideas. They're on there. Guys, take notes. Make sure you play these games with your girl. You know what I mean? Or guys with your guy or girl with your girl. You know, just play with your partner. You get the point.
Exactly.
Bet, would you like to kick us off then?
Sure. My first pick would probably have to be It Takes Two.
Okay, it's a great pick. Yeah.
There's I mean, we could debate which co-op game would be the most fun to have. But this one actually talks about relationships.
Yeah.
And the struggle that they can be at times. But yeah, it's so much fun. There's so much inventiveness going on, like creativity on show. And what a way to introduce someone to video games in general.
Yeah.
By having like every 5 minutes having a completely different setup and payoff. Just going, wow, what the hell is this? What are we doing? What's going on?
What is happening? Everything changed. Yeah. No, this is a good pick. I think I ended up not going with a Haze-like game, but yeah, I mean, It Takes Two was easily one that was like, I think I recommend for any couple or all couples. Again, because it's so built on relationships. Maybe it's a tough one for like a first Valentine. I guess if it's a Valentine, usually pretty special. A first date kind of thing might be like, oh, you're asking a lot to discuss our marital status, but okay. But no, I think, yeah, this is definitely one I would recommend. I know Mallory just recently played through it, with somebody else, and I just was having these moments of like, as she was telling me, oh, we just did this part, or this thing just happened. I'm like, let me tell you this. When they came to visit, shit, I left it upstairs. I have the plush of Cutie. And I won't spoil anyone who hasn't played it, but if you played the game, you know what happens to Cutie. So I show Mal the plush. I'm like, look what it does. She's like, this is so cute. And it was quite a moment to see. But yeah, this is a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, even aside from it being about relationships, it's just so much fun to play this together with someone. It's a fun way, like the fact that you have to solve puzzles together in a less taxing way than something like an escape room game or something.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun way to like get to know each other, get to know like how communicative is someone, how well do you bounce off of each other, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Which crazy segue, I suppose. Talking about communicative puzzle games. As I try to
Smooth.
I didn't pull up the trailer. I wasn't ready. I thought it was a great segue. Which means I'll jump into my first one, I guess, because it's perfect to counteract the overcomplicated puzzle games with Escape Simulator.
Nice.
Mal and I play Escape Sim all the time. When they announced 2 had a release date, Mal was excited. She loved the first game. We had both dabbled in the first game, but never played it with anybody. So we both ended up going back and replaying the first game together. We played through all the sections, all the different maps, the base ones at least. There are so many in the actual creator space and people who've made maps for this. There's so much shit. And Escape Sim 2 is now catching up, and fans are making their own escape rooms and everything in the workshop. So there's so much more content. And Mal and I just recently gone back and did the Christmas update because we get to do it for the holiday. So I want to dive back in and play some more Escape Sim with everything else they have. But I think these are fun cooperative puzzle games that, unlike It Takes Two, which I guess there is puzzle solving, this one is like exclusively that. Like you are going into like, what does this mean? How does this number add up? How do we do this, that, and the other? Getting to see everything unfold turn by turn of like, I'm going to do this, you do that. Mal and I kill it in these games, especially Mal. Mal goes in and fucking wrecks it every time. We're like, all right, puzzle started. Boom. Mal's knocked out 3 or 4 puzzles around the corner. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this Sudoku, which totally should be your responsibility because I'm bad at these. Give me a minute. And then I finished this one. Boom. All right, I finished my thing. Now you can go. I think both Escape Sims are great. Either one you pick, you're going to have a load of content. Obviously, the first one has way more. But like, especially too, taking the more like realistic approach to things. It's not as cartoony and cel shaded, which I kind of like the art style of the original, but I still like this visual style in 2. But the 2 adds a lot of the over the top introductions to levels, right? Like you're diving in, hanging upside down from a ceiling. You are constrained to chairs. Like you have to find the puzzles. Like, hey, if you press this thing next to your head, you can like get out, right? Like there are different things as opposed to just we spawn the escape room and find the thing. The 3 separate worlds, all the extra content I'm sure they're going to add. I very much enjoyed it. I know the first Escape Sim had crossovers with Among Us and Portal and a bunch of other games. I'm waiting to see what Escape Sim 2 does. And I'm sure Mal and I will dive back into it all the time. And as many times I've said, Mal, already, just wait. The rest of the day is still young. Yeah, the Escape Sim's a great couples game. I would recommend it for anybody.
I could imagine. I know about like the thing about me is I'm not good at escape rooms.
Okay.
I don't vibe with the logic
Sure.
for some reason. It's the same thing with point and click games and stuff
Okay.
like that. That's why my next pick is Return of the Obra Dinn.
Oh, interesting.
Because that's not a multiplayer game, but it's an investigative game.
Yeah.
Where you have to figure out what happened with the ship that had disappeared and has all of a sudden returned without any of its crew. And this is the kind of puzzle solving that I am quite good at.
Yeah.
But I can imagine it being fun to do this together with someone. Um, it also, to me, feels like a really good showcase of the inventiveness that indie games can be, because you're playing like someone from an insurance company. How can you make that exciting?
Yeah.
But it's exciting because you have this magical stopwatch, and you get to go back and hear what happened, and then get the still frame
Mm.
of one of the moments from certain events in the past of the ship, and you get to explore those, and just figuring out all the puzzles together seems
Yeah.
like really a really good time, because I remember when I played this solo, I did get stuck at a certain
Oh
moment,
yeah,
so I never
definitely.
actually finished the game.
Hmm.
So having a partner to play this together with sounds like a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in a similar spot, and I think I was streaming through the game, and I really dug it. But I hit
Hmm.
that point where, for content, it became the struggle of I'm not making progress, so I feel like I am just boring now. So I ended up kind of
Yeah.
falling out of it and never got to finish the game either. But I very much enjoy. Obviously, the visual style is everything. That old
Hmm.
Game Boy, very crunchy, pixely visual is like really dope. But yeah,
Hmm.
roaming around the ship and being like, "Here's this guy. Oh, he's this guy that did that thing. So if I go over here, you're this dude," and exploring like who was what on the ship and how they died, and like doing all of those different puzzles. I think is really fun. Um, which made me change the order of my list because we can just talk about the similar vibe, but I'll get to that in a minute. Uh, yeah, Oberdin was really cool. I do want to go back and finish it at some point. I think it'd be a fun platinum to get. But yeah, I think sitting down with somebody and being able to pick and choose, like, oh well, no, well, you see him, he was there, so he might have exploded and he was set on fire, but he got killed by the Kraken. Like, you're right, that makes sense. So, but what was his name? And trying to piece those things together. Yeah, this is a good
Hmm.
pick. I think this would be a fun one.
Yeah, and the fun thing is, just like with the escape simulator games, there's plenty of different games in the same genre,
Yeah,
um, like the Curse of the Golden Idol
true.
games. Um, so that if you vibe with this game together, then you've got plenty of other options to follow up on.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Oh no, we should play fucking Oberdin after we play our other game, which Mal and I have already done this plenty. This has been such a fun like couples night game, and that's Blueprints.
I
We have,
figured.
yeah, this was easily on here. We did an Extra Life. There was that wee hours in the morning where everyone was starting to pass out. Mal were like, "We got this." Mouse sat on my lap. They played a brand new save of Blueprints, and we got to go through the game almost together. It was really just like, "What do you think, Mouse?" Like, I think it's this. I'm like, got it. You're right. You got it. Pick that one. But we've done nights over Discord where we've both played and kind of talked at each other. Like, oh, I think if you do this, oh, but if we go here, oh, but that one's close, so we can't do this one. But if we go back, we have this room. Good call. And both kind of piecing together, like, yes, we have this map and we have these rooms, but if you remember, we have this. Oh, but if you go here, there's a chance we get this. Or Mal being so ingrained in this world as it is, like, literally, she was driving home, I think, from West Virginia from home. It's like a 3-hour trip back to her place to to sitting on the phone with me where I'm like, I'm playing Blueprint. She's like, where are you at? I'm like, I just opened this. She's like, okay, well, what do you have on your app? Like, well, if it's open on the left, up, and right. She's like, okay, but what rooms do you have? I'm like, I have the den, I have this. She's like, okay, so if you put this here, this should be unlocked. Wait, do you have this room? All right, cool. Before we place it, go back, go here. I'm like, okay. So Mal just has these maps and segments pieced out in her head that makes so much
Damn.
sense, which is awesome. Where I'm just like, are you safe? She's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just cruising down the highway, chilling, just straight shot. No one's on the road. I'm like, okay, don't overthink about Blueprints if you can't. She's like, I'm good. I'm fine. So having this weird long drive Blueprint session over the phone, let alone when we're together and being able to play it on the couch and like direct something. There was something great that I loved, and I have to make a TikTok about it yet. But the lavatory in Blueprints, useless room, doesn't do anything. Like, it literally is just a red room. It does nothing. But if you have, I cannot think of the outside room that causes it. There is a room that deactivates the first like 3 red rooms you find.
Okay.
If you have that on, stuff will spawn in the lavatory, making the lavatory not useless. It doesn't do
Oh,
a whole
wow.
lot. It'll give you keys or gems, whatever it gives you. But I remember the moment we walked in there, Mal's told me so many times how useless the lavatory is. And when finally there was something in there, we did a Snapchat for the rest of the podcast. Like, wow, huh, the lavatory has a purpose under these very specific circumstances. This is stupid. And it was great. It was so much fun. I think as not a co-op game, after we did talk about like, Escape Sim and It Takes Two, and then moving into what we meant with like Obra Dinn of like, it's not a co-op game, but it's a game you can play together. This has so many different ways to play it together, right? As a group, making your own decisions, playing it simultaneously and doing your own thing. I think Blueprints was such a masterful game from last year, and it's a great date night game.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Again, like the two pairs of eyes see more than one pair of eyes does.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can. Again, it's one that I struggled with, Blueprints, because once again I was not vibing with the logic behind the game.
Yeah.
Seems to be an issue.
Logic doesn't work.
I can imagine if you're playing this with someone who is tuned into the game, that it must be a lot of fun. So I get that the two of you have lots of fun with this one.
Yeah, this is a good time. But what else you got on that list?
Another one I have, it's a pretty old one. It's a game that turns 15 this year.
Oh God,
Jesus
Shovel Knight.
Christ. No.
I don't think it's not 15 yet. We still got 4 years yet for that.
No, it's To the Moon.
Wow, what a pick! Yeah.
Again, it's not a co-op game or even a multiplayer game, but it's a pretty romantic one. This one. It's an experience where you're playing as two doctors, trying to fix a dying man's memories, so that his final wish can come true in his memories. But while you're doing that, you discover more about his relationship with his wife, and it's just to this day it remains one of the most romantic games I think I've played. And that's not to say that there haven't been any other romantic games in the indie space, but To the Moon just hits different.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get drawn into the game. It's been a while since I played, so I don't remember that much of it, but I remember the feeling it gave me, and I remember finding out about your wife together with this dying man.
Yeah.
And it just Jesus.
Yeah. It's a lot. I remember I played it for the first time. Oh God, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. And I really enjoyed it. I have two of my mods are like big fans of it, and we ended up doing like a pre-Playlog podcast like before we did it, where it's just discussing like the spoiler cast of the game and everything. And I had these full intentions of playing through the rest of the series because I haven't touched. It's Finding Paradise.
Yeah.
Bird something. There's like 4 of them, I think. Bird
Yeah,
Factory, is that one
I haven't touched
of
any
them?
of them either.
Yes, I've only played To the Moon.
Imposter Factory.
Imposter Factory.
Yeah, and A Bird Story.
A Bird Story. Okay, yeah. So I mixed the two titles. I got there. Yeah, I've only played To the Moon, and I think I have I think I own Finding Paradise on like Steam and Switch. But yeah, To the Moon was beautiful. Like I even played like the remastered, updated one that had the better visuals, and I still like comparing it to the original was still stunning. But man, gut punch at points, man. Gut punch.
Yeah. It's a tough one to talk about without spoiling it.
Right.
But it leaves its mark, and it can show your date that you're a very romantic person at heart.
And you're gonna make them cry. Just make them
And you're
bawl
gonna
their
make 'em
eyes
cry.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Moon's a banger one. Yeah, I want to get back and check these out if schedules permit. Maybe when I do a little less TTRPG stuff, I can get back to that like backlog fighting of like I haven't ever played this game. I need to get around to it, but we'll see.
You're not playing any less games.
No. Hopefully, I do need to genuinely just be like, hey, I need to slow down a bit. I have like 2-3 games at a time, which means every day I have off is working on everything. I'm like, I don't know that I have a day off. That's just a day off, or just to play stuff and then reviewing stuff. So we'll see. We might be like, hey, I got to do 2 games at a time. That's all I got. You know, pump the brakes. But, damn, what a pick! What a grab! Scooch this guy. The next one I have, which is not even out yet, Tofr, but will be out the day after this episode drops. I played the demo, and I'm a big fan of this horror style, and I want more of them. And that's Reanimal.
Okay.
I was a big fan of Little Nightmares 1 and 2. I never got to play 3, but that was made by a separate developer, etc. And the developers of 1 and 2 are making Reanimal, which is another co-op horror game. It's got the big world little guys, a bunch of crazy dark black and grays, that very undertone monochromatic color. I love the visual styles of these games. I really enjoyed the demo I got to play. It's like not super mega scream your face off like survival horror, but it is like, oh, the chase sequences are frequent. Things are popping up that you're not ready for. But then when I say you're not ready for them, I remember playing the demo and rolling in like, nah, this corridor is too long for nothing to happen. There's no way something doesn't happen. As I got to the end and pick up the item, I'm like, which side's it coming out of? And then I just start to book it, and this thing's like, I'm like, there it is. I fucking knew it. I knew it was coming. I loved it. And I was in a spot where I was like, do I want to play through this with Kanai or do I want to play through it with Mal? And I'm down either way, but I think Kanai and I are going to try and do something else later. But I would like to somehow schedule out a night where Mal and I could play through Reanimal. The night, I like regularly, like, hey, Monday nights were like date night streams and play through Reanimal. It was really fun. And I think testing your relationships on horror and cooperative puzzle solving is the perfect way to find out off the rip if you're meant to be. But yeah, I forget if this one does the friend pass thing or how this one works, but I would love to co-op this one with Mal, and I think it's a great one for people to jump into if you like Little Nightmares. Honestly, if you don't like Little Nightmares, if you like horror, if you know what, even if you don't like horror, Tofr, this is great. It's a great way to be like, you know, things you do like. What if you didn't like them? You might like Reanimal. That's a terrible way to review something.
But what if you shit your pants?
Go change and get back on the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that bad. We're people. We all need bio breaks. If you shit yourself first, you should have shit before you play the game, so you didn't have it in your system. But yeah, I think I include this on one of my most anticipated stuff. There's that corridor. You fucking see this shit, Tofr. Video watchers, you can see this is the fucking little corridor right here.
Yeah.
You run it down here, and I'm like, I wonder what's coming out. And they come, yeah, fucking little bastards. No, I think this team does really cool stuff with horror. And again, as someone who's not every year for the Playlog Awards, we do best horror game voted on by non-horror fans. Like, I anticipate Reanimal being on that list for us this year, if not being the winner, depending what else comes out. If we get another mouthwashing, it's GG's. But yeah, I think this is a dope one.
Yeah. I've never played any of these games because I am scared to.
Totally.
Yeah. But I figure if I found a player two to play with, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Totally. Yeah. I believe Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are both single player, but I think 2 has 2 characters, if I recall. I'm trying to maybe
I think so, yeah.
Maybe there's like an extra character you're running around with, but they don't do anything. I know 3 is co-op, but again, different developer, and it's like mixed reviews on Steam. This one is definitely co-op, but you can also play it single player. So you can play it where you control the second character. So in case you're like, I don't have a co-op buddy, you can still do it. I know I was not, you're just anyone out there thinking that I'm speaking this exclusively as a co-op game. I played it single player and it was very fun. But yes, I think that co-op experience is like how this one was built. And I want to play it that way.
Yeah, I get that. That's a really good pick.
Listen, I've been trying. You got to go for the new ones, get the new plugs.
Yeah, I don't have any new ones.
Tofr, what's the game?
My last pick is Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
that one originally released as a single player game,
right?
Where you are a goose in a lovely afternoon in a British countryside, and you're there to cause mayhem.
Yeah.
But then they did an update where the game now is co-op. It's fully co-op, and oh my god, it is so much fun just being the worst together. You're making people feel bad. You're ruining their days, but you're doing it together, and there are spaces within the game where it actually helps to be playing in co-op, because
Right.
it's I didn't expect it to be, but it's kind of a stealth game at times.
Huh.
But if yeah, but if you're playing with two players and you have one player who's like keeping someone busy with all your shenanigans, then the other player can go do whatever it's supposed that it is that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Okay. Get a little
But it's
distraction.
it's so much fun. You can just stand there honking at each other. It's I
Can't
love this game.
can't have a better date night than just honking at each other. That's what I'm all about.
I know, right? That's why I had to include it.
That's really good. I've another one that I like played it on Switch. I really liked it, and I picked it up on PlayStation with the intention of like, let's replay it and get the platinum. It's just one of those take the day to do it. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those just iconic games. Whether you played it single player, co-op, whatever, like you just know about Untitled Goose Game. I think it won like the Dice Awards Game of the Year back in like 2018. I think it was.
Could be, yeah.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I might install it on the PlayStation for this weekend. We're gonna see what happens.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to play together.
Hell yeah.
I love this game so much that like the noise my phone makes when I get text messages or whatever is the honk.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I need to change mine. I think mine's just a generic tone right now since I got my new phone, but I'll find some indie sound to put in there. Bet, which means I'm on to my last game, and let me tell you guys, talking about Valentines was a real easy job. And listen, this is not a surprise. Y'all, it was Valentine's. What was Danny gonna pick? We needed a dating sim. It was Monster Prom. You expect not to talk about Monster Prom? How many times Danny talked about Monster Prom? Plenty. We're gonna do it again.
I was kind of waiting for it.
Yeah. I thought I'll mix it up. I thought I'll change it. I said, why fix what ain't broken, Tofr? Why fix what ain't broken? You know?
Exactly.
Again, if you've been around, you know what this is. You heard me talk about it, so humor me for a second. If you're new here, welcome. I love Monster Prom, the franchise. There was actually a conversation the other night where Connor was like, if you had to pick like a top 5 favorite franchises, like what would it be? And it was like, yes, not a single game. If there's multiple games in a series, that's what counts. And I included like some AAAs like Uncharted and God of Wars. But I was like, so Shovel Knight, I'll count. Moonlighter obviously falls in there. And I was like, Monster Prom. I adore Monster Prom. I've put countless hours into all the entries of them. And Monster Con being the most recent one has a lot of what the original games are known for, but makes it not easier, but like streamlines it a bit. So it's less of, oh, I'm about to lose everything or gain everything. Like it is, you will gain stuff and lose stuff at the same time. So you have a little more freedom to try and build to get dates as opposed to just expecting to lose after hours of gameplay. But these games are comical. They're hilarious. There's so many exciting characters that have awesome backstories. There's secret endings that all add extra stuff to them. I didn't put Luke. He's done. I don't know who Tenzing is. He gave up everything and still that's crazy. Poor guy. But yeah, MonsterCon introduces what I think is probably my favorite cast of new characters since Prom. I think we go back to Liam, who is one of the just statistically least popular characters in this franchise. Love you, Liam, but come on. You're not Scott or Polly. You're not Damien. You're not Omen. You know. But yeah, I think with Omen, Nico, April, and Doug, I know we had Doug technically in Monster Road Trip, but he was a playable character and not someone we like knew. Or sorry, Monster Camp, I believe, not Road Trip. But as new cast to date, I think they're all very exciting. They're all very unique. Nico being a mimic that doesn't actually turn into stuff, but cosplays as it instead is like, that's amazing. I love this. There's fun characters. I know they're already working on Monster Prom 5. Potentially teasing working on another game that is the same visual style, but it's not Monster Prom. They've been doing something like that in their Discord. I'm not entirely sure what the vision is for that, but it doesn't matter. Whatever Beautiful Glitch puts out, I think getting to play these, whether you're doing an actual co-op, like you're playing as your own characters and doing stuff, or you're like, oh, I'm playing as one character, let's all pick the stats together. I think this is banger. I know LB and I have done date nights before of just playing Monster Prom at the same time. Con specifically, I think you have to play with 4 characters, so each person gets 2 turns. But it's just endless fun. There's so many different outcomes, different endings. With Con, you have different comics that you get to build based on the decisions you make throughout the game. Yeah, there's so many different steps to it, and I think it's just endless fun to be had with Monster Prom.
That's true. I think I'm just checking here quickly. This Friday, so tomorrow, if you're listening on the
Hmm.
day that this episode releases, the Date With Us podcast and No Small Games will be streaming MonsterCon
Ooh,
for Valentine's Day.
exciting.
Yeah, so that should be cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I totally get it. There's lots of fun to be had, especially when you do the voices as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's and you, the tone of the games is just wonderful. Just to
Mm.
have like a good time together. It's funny. It's heartfelt at times. It's horny as hell.
Yep.
Uh,
Damn right it is. That
it's
reverse Romanian
everything
wook
you
is in
want it to
Tofr.
be.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, they're great. I love these games. Every time they made a new one, like I talk to the guys, like we want to get in the habit of like doing our monthly stream. We did that for a while with Road Trip, where it was like every month we made sure we streamed it, and then just schedules became crazy. It's hard to get people together.
Mhm.
But I think proper timing and everything, we could try and get in the habit of doing like, hey, let's do our Monster Prom stream this week because we haven't done one in a while. I think getting the guys together, as well as both Mal and LB play as well. And I think it's tough to find a way to have 6 people play Monster Prom, where unless you have one person do all time narrator and then another person to just help play characters, whatever. But yeah, I think getting a cycling cast and trying to get more people into play would be really fun too. So yeah, Monster Prom, go play it on your Valentines.
Are you going to be playing it on your Valentine's?
You know, maybe we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Mal and I will just actual role play the characters. I get to be April. I want to be the clown.
Okay, okay.
Don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that. I mean, to be fair, indies aside here, the new Marvel Rivals season drops on Friday. We got Elsa Bloodstone, so I mean, got important things to do. It's a good
Damn.
time.
Priorities.
Got
Priorities.
it, got it. You know. Whatever babe wants. Whatever babe wants. But yeah, those are ideas for Valentine's games. I mean, Topher, you built a longer list. I don't know if you want to just kind of rapid fire the rest you had, just to like mention them. Like, oh,
Sure. Let me quickly grab my list
yeah.
because I already. Here we go. I also added Spiritfarer
Ooh,
just to be
okay.
sure to make them cry.
Yep.
But also you get to play it co-op, so one of you gets to play as Daffodil, the little cat.
True. Yeah.
Adorable. I had Many Nights a Whisper
Okay.
because it might be a weird choice, but since people come to you to ask for their wishes to come true, and they explain their wishes to you, I think it could be an interesting conversation starter on why would you let this wish come true and why wouldn't you let this one come true and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and see what if you have like if you share your values
Yeah.
in a similar way. I also had Power Wash Simulator.
Yep. Yep.
If you can just hang out in Power Wash Simulator, then you know it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And my final game that I had was Sticky Business. Just
Mm,
just
true.
creating stickers together. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes that's all you need.
That's a good one. Mal and I were talking about doing Power Wash Sim because she started playing 2. And I was like, I've not touched 2 yet, so that might be a fun one. Maybe I'll install that tonight. Just have it. Yeah, those are good picks. I think Sticky Biz is another fun one. Like, yeah, getting to make the stickers and just kind of hang out and sell stuff in the shop. I'm gonna just see. We'll talk about it in a moment here, I guess. How Thrifty Business comes together and like if it has that similar like co-op, not co-op-y energy to it to be able to play a game like that. But yeah, good picks, guys. This is why Topher and I are the perfect Valentines. So, Topher, Bachelor, come on over here. Grab this good old hunk of love meat, you know? You tell I'm very tired. I'm very tired and need a way to transition out of this section. So it just became the hunk of love meat, you know? But yeah, short, sweet Valentine's discussions means we're on to what we've been playing. And Topher, you got
Yes.
4 games? Holy shit.
I do have 4 games. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
what's
trying
going
to
on?
catch up a bit.
Yeah.
Because the last couple of weeks I didn't play that much, but this week, yeah. Um, my first game I received a key for to review it. It's called Dead Pets.
Yes.
Previously, it was known as Dead Pets Unleashed, and it had been cancelled.
Right.
But all of a sudden, it was uncancelled, I guess.
Now I want to check something quick because I have the footage pulled up. This
Yeah,
current footage like from the game you're playing now, or is it
yeah,
old footage? Interesting, because I'm curious
yeah.
that this might be a pre-release thing, because the logo is still like Dead Pets Unleashed, like
It
on
is,
the
yeah.
interesting.
I don't know if that's because I played it before the official release
Okay,
because it was a review key or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't checked. Um,
Fascinating.
I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm interested in knowing that because maybe that was just a revival, like because you mentioned the game got canceled and came back, and all of that was I had no idea. I played the demo, didn't know the game got canceled,
mhm.
and they were like, the game's back. I'm like, I didn't know it went anywhere. What happened? I really dug the demo, but yeah, I'm excited to hear what you thought about it.
Oh, I loved it.
Mm.
This is a game by Triple Topping, who also made Welcome to Elk,
Okay,
which was a
yeah.
really cool game. And in this one, you play as Gordy, who is the bass player for the Dead Pets, who are a punk band. And Gordy is 30 years old. The other band members are also early into their 30s. And you're dead set on giving the band like one more try because you've been working as a band for like 10 years, but you don't have any releases yet. You don't have any real fans yet. Um, you're known in the underground's underground.
Mm.
That's how far your popularity reaches. But you want to give it one more shot. You want to try and make it. So you try to find a manager. The manager then tries to get you gigs, gets you into a studio to go to make a release and stuff like that. All the while, life is still happening. You have to do shifts at your diner job. Um, you have to go to the dentist. You have to visit your parents, stuff like that. Um, all of this is presented in something similar to Night in the Woods, combined with plenty of mini games.
Okay.
So, like usually you're walking around as you would in Night in the Woods, and talking to people, but then playing with the band is a mini game. Cleaning your teeth is a mini game. Uh, the diner shift is a mini game, and they're all plenty of fun. Uh, there are goals to be set, like you can try and get a high score and everything. Um, and it's really cool. But the best thing about the game is actually the story, because it's a really grown-up version of something like Scott Pilgrim, for example.
Oh, okay. I see that comparison.
It
Yeah.
has similar vibes to Scott Pilgrim, but it's more grown up and it tackles some heavier topics.
Mm-hmm.
Because this isn't a spoiler because it gets mentioned on the game's Steam page, but there is in one of the episodes there is an instance of like assumed sexual abuse,
Right.
which influences everything that happens with the band.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see like it's not cool to see instances of
Sure.
sexual abuse, obviously,
No.
but it's cool to see a game tackle these events in a very mature way.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Gordy at the start of the game isn't the most mature person yet, um, she constantly gets badgered by her parents about needing to get a real job and needing to get her life together, needing to find a partner. Um, it feels very relatable
Mm-hmm.
as someone who last year turned 40 but hasn't felt like an adult ever. It feels really relatable. Um, and it's really well written. There's lots of humor. The punk spirit in this game is really well done. Like
Okay.
the punk spirit in this game, it screams at you, from the visuals to the music that the band plays to some of the crude humor. Um, for example, at early on in the game, you're on a date with this rich guy that you're hoping will be your sugar daddy, and all of a sudden you decide to let loose and you start pissing in plants and screaming at the top of your lungs and stuff like that. It's really funny. It's a really good game. I wish more people were playing it because at the moment it's sitting at only 12 reviews,
Got
even
it.
though it's been out for a week. Um, it's a really cool game. It's worth replaying as well because you make plenty of decisions throughout the game that will influence which ending you will get.
Yeah.
Um, whether you decide to put the band first or put your own health first, or if you want to put yourself first or your friends first. There's plenty of things going on. For example, some of your bandmates are getting ready to start having a family, but they're planning this just as the band is starting to get somewhere. So
Yeah.
how are you going to react to that?
Sure.
Yeah, it's really well made. I love the visuals. I love the music. I immediately bought the soundtrack when it released on Bandcamp last Friday.
Mhm.
Um, it's such a good time, even with the heavier subject matter.
Yeah, it's I remember playing the demo years ago, and I think I've talked about it a couple of times when this game comes out, where yeah, it does have that like sexual abuse moment towards it was the end of the demo. It was like, here's what happens,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
play more later. And I remember being shocked at first that that was like in the game, but
Hmm.
I compare this now, like playing with TTRPGs before we do any game. There's always like a safety checklist, right? Of like, here are some of the things. It covers like everything, but it's never like we're gonna cover
Hmm.
all this stuff. But it's always there for like the safety of like, hey, like, what's your red light, green light on such topics? Like, hey, green light, I'm okay with it. Yellow light, let's just tread lightly. Red's like, we can't fucking touch that. And that's for
Hmm.
everything. We're talking phobias, we're talking the isms and everything. I typically give everybody the green light, and with the caveat of like, hey, I think all things can be covered in media if it's handled properly, right? If you go in and just
Yeah.
like, I just made a racist character likes to say slurs, like that's not handled well. But I think if you have a
Hmm.
character that is broken in that way and that is an antagonistic force that you are competing against, or like if that's handled in such a way, most people tend not to want to do that regardless, and I totally respect that. But I think this is one of those cases of like, yes, there are things to be covered, things that are real, things that happen to people, and being able to tell that in a story that is also a game, which can feel so dangerous to do because you're gamifying some of these really tough things. I think handling it narratively is a really cool thing for people to accomplish. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm excited to see how it all plays out. I'm glad they are tackling those things.
Yeah, me too. And like I said, they do it in a really cool way. Not a cool way, but a good
Yeah,
way.
sure.
Um, it's interesting to see how events like that affect you,
Mm,
and affect those around you. And they handle that really well. Um, it's also presented from a pretty feminist point of view.
okay.
They mention that on their own Steam page, I think, but most reviews tend to mention it as well.
Yeah.
I found it to be like it's feminist in a way that, for example, they talk about periods, and
Ew.
they talk about
Gross.
the feminine point of view in the music business,
Mm,
and stuff like that. So it's not like they're not like feminazis or something like that,
yeah.
because I don't believe in feminazis, but whatever.
Sure.
But it's good to have like that female voice
Yeah.
being the main like the protagonist here, and getting to hear those experiences. It's interesting because we just had a situation over here in Belgium,
Okay.
where there was this talk show, and this guy was hosting, and the topic was safety in the streets for women. And
Yeah.
this
Okay.
female guest was talking about her experiences and the experiences that she knows from other women. And the guy kept interrupting her, and I was like, "But I don't know any woman who have dealt with this, and it can't be that bad." And he kept on interrupting her and interrupting her, and it was just the worst.
Yeah.
And it was just like, let a woman speak
Yeah.
and believe her when she says these things. Um, yeah,
Damn.
just felt that was pretty relevant to this game,
Yeah.
because this game is all about women, female empowerment, and I love that.
Hell yeah. I'm glad it's out. I'm glad it obviously not glad it went through the troubles that it did to get canceled and then come back, but like I was
Mhm.
really high on it years ago, and now it's the, oh man, yawning coming out at this time right now, where I'm like, I'm tired thinking about adding another game to the pile. But yeah, I really dug the demo, and I'm glad this is out. I think more people should check it out.
Yes.
Bad. Timestamp, which means it's on to me, and talking about problems in the world. The folder's loading, Tofr. Hold on. It's taking forever. I can't find the footage. It's here.
Oh, no.
Okay. Hey! For our last Team Next Fest episode, we had Emily on from No Small Games, and she had talked about Relooted, which was a new game. It's an action platformer where you're playing as initially it's one person, but you're building a team of people from Africa who are trying to take back artifacts that are being, like, narratively, they're being moved from a museum for maintenance and blah, 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 with no intention of being returned. So they're getting stolen. So you're going to different locations and stealing items back. Some are like actual big, like, historical elements and things, but then some are like, oh, this is one of the character's grandfather's treasured items that someone stole that was, taken from them. I am not smart enough to use the big fancy words regarding what this means culturally, et cetera, et cetera. I just know, don't take art from people, But for the game, I am really fucking with this right now. It's really dope. The cutscenes to start are very clean. They have excellent, like, visual lighting and colors. They smooth animations. I love the character design so far. But the premise you're playing is Nomali, I believe is how you pronounce the name. And she was like the number one parkour street runner, et cetera, before she moved away, and comes back to her brother being like, hey, grandma needs our help. We're going to go steal some artifacts back. When you start a run, you're basically just doing some action platforming through a level. You'll, like, hold right. If you hold RT, you sprint. If you get to a platform and you press X right at the right time, you'll jump over it, parkour, and get, like, a speed boost. The more you do that, the faster you go. Once you get far enough into a location, you'll discover the artifact you're looking for. And then you have to kind of establish what that escape plan looks like. So as soon as you go to pick up an item, the alarms go and you need to run. I'm trying to find that actual, like, gameplay segment here of getting this artifact, not this footage. Boop. So yeah, if you can, it's a little bit of free roaming. Like, it's not a whole lot of, like, big open space. It is a 2D platformer, so it is still limited. But you'll go in and you'll discover the artifact. Like, the first one you find is like a buffalo, like a silver buffalo statue. Once you find it, it's like, cool, here is the way out. It kind of zooms out and spans. If you go through a certain area, like if you shatter the door that's going outside, if you pass by the sensors, like, it's going to initiate the alarm. That is the final chase. Once you grab the item, it's all started off. So you mark out that plan. You put a table under a door because they'll automatically shut when the alarm goes off. So if you block it, you can still slide underneath. There's a bunch of different things to, like, keep in check. The last level I did yesterday, I had to go seal 2 medals back. I was trying to recruit somebody from my team who's like, your brother? Nah, too much of a flight risk. I can't join you. So you go and steal medals back that were his grandfather's to be like, hey, we got your back on this. Like, don't worry about it. That level confused me for a bit because it had 2 tables on separate floors, and I had to, like, move one to open this door and then move that one through here to open the bottom door, but I couldn't get both tables to where they needed to be. And I'm like, I'm obviously missing something. It was like 2 a.m, so I could easily just be missing something in the puzzle, but I couldn't quite figure it out. I ended up making it happen, but I had to do like a grab the item, drop down, bop, 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 jump up and go, as opposed to the clear line that it looked like it wanted me to take from the get-go. But either way, I really enjoy the setup. I think when I was listening to Emily talk about it, I was imagining more of like a simulation, like RTS, like I'm going to place items and stuff. But it is more like, as you're running through a level where you're like, hey, you stand here. As soon as I come in, you got to open this door. It seems a little weird, I think, narratively, to be like, yes, instead of just opening the door, I need my brother to stand here, open it for me. Like, like sometimes those feel a little just offbeat. I'm not sure why that's the case, when we could just be like, oh, I could hack it from a computer. But maybe that's as things upgrade and go from there. I'm really digging it. I'm not super far in. I think I've completed like 3 major levels. But then when you finish a level, you go back to like the hub world, and there's one guy, Fang. He runs a restaurant. and he's got a delivery guy. This little old lady who's like, "Oh, I always lock my door so he can't come in because then he has to parkour over the ceiling. I get to see him do his thing." Yeah. And when you show up, like, "You're not the guy I wanted." It's like, "Sorry, I was covering for him because I needed a shift and blah blah blah." It's dope seeing these characters interact. I've only gotten to meet like 3 or 4 major ones so far. And I know I've seen the screenshots of some of the other cast members and from the trailer. So I'm excited to see what they all turn into and what they mean narratively and like who they are. But I loved everyone I've met so far. And yeah, I'm going to dive back in soon.
Cool.
Yeah. And did receive a key if I did not say that out loud. It was a cool game.
Yeah, it's a really interesting concept because museums as they exist are not really all that okay.
Yeah.
There's lots of stolen goods in there, and to see like and to see black devs making this game
Yeah.
about taking it back, I love that.
Yeah. It's really cool. And like Namali is very like not against getting things back, but is like, "Sorry, I can't do this life again. Like it's not who I want to be. Like let's just do one." And then she's very like, "It's fine. We got through it, but like we don't have to do this again." And then you decide like, "Oh, if we're gonna have this friend join, like I need to convince him." She decides like, "All right, let's go steal the stuff that belongs to him." We're like, "Oh, you didn't want to steal stuff before, but now you want to do it because it's for your friend." Like, yes, that's exactly what we're doing. So you're seeing that evolve to like justifying good means by doing bad things type deal. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Run it. Do the damn thing. And seeing how that might backfire later and who that affects narratively and what that means for the characters is going to be exciting to see unfold.
Yeah.
There he is. Fred. Fucking Fred. Beautiful, bald, black man. Yeah. But yeah, Reloaded. It's out today as of recording. So it's out now, and I believe this one's also on Game Pass. I know Mallory's looking forward to trying it out. We talked about it last night. So yeah, Mal's gonna give it a shot. I dig it. I dig it a lot. And I was gonna say maybe tonight. We'll see. I'll see what schedule look like. But I want to dive back in and play more. It might become my Steam Deck game.
Oh, nice. Does it run well on Steam Deck?
I'm not sure yet. I've only run it on my PC, so we're gonna find out. If it doesn't, then it won't be my Steam Deck game. But I'm hoping. Timestamp, Tofr, what else you got?
I received another key to review Cinecross after I reached out to the dev because this is one of the Steam Next Fest demos that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
This is a Picross or Nonogram roguelite, which sounds so weird. It looks like a dark fantasy game, but it's basically solving nonogram puzzles or Picross puzzles, and having to consider the fact that time is running out and your health bar is running out. Yeah. So after each puzzle you solve, you can get upgrades, random upgrades. You can get random items, and you move on to the next level until you reach a boss level, basically like in any roguelike deck builder. But it's cool. There's not much more I can say about it because that's just what the game is. But it's actually really cool. I do struggle a little bit with the fact that time is running down because I always struggle like with timed puzzles.
Yeah.
In general. But it's a really cool concept, I think. And if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see that time hasn't run out so far. That's because I'm playing the tutorial level, where time is still standing still. But yeah, if you make errors during the puzzle, you lose health, which is important because when you reach boss levels, they can actually do damage to you, aside from when you make errors in your puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring everything out. I've only played for like, I think 45 minutes at this moment.
Okay.
So I will have played more when I write my review for so many games later this week.
Oh yeah.
But so far I'm having a blast. There's so much going on. Like if you really enjoy the numbers go up feeling that games like Balatro can give you, you're gonna enjoy this one because each time you beat a level, you get like there's time added on, there's health bonuses, there's items to be gained, there's relics to be gained. Uh, it yeah, there's plenty going on, and I haven't figured all of it out just yet.
Mm,
Um, but it's really cool. I really dig the visuals. I think the
oh,
style is really
totally.
cool for a roguelite.
Yeah.
And yeah, I plan to play more of it because I'm intrigued.
I am so overwhelmed just looking at it. I
Yeah, I
am.
know, right?
I the menu, this clicks for me. I'm like, yes, this is very Balatro. I understand what's happening here. I'm earning points and
Yeah.
getting it's I am so bad at Picross vanilla where like I am not on a timer. There's no like, oops, you mark something, just unmark it. Like it's simple, right? As I'm
Yeah.
watching this, knowing that I'm terrible at, like Sudokus or puzzles like this, I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out these numbers. I see this one has 1 1, but this one has 2. So what makes the difference between a 2 and a 2, but it's 2 separate ones instead of 2s? And then I'm like, all right, well, you have a 7 and a 1. So it's 7 together, a space, and then a 1. So that must mean it's a 1, a space, a 1. But does it mean it's always one space between them? Or like, how does it, what decide? But then obviously it's the numbers on the other side. And that is so overwhelming for me that I would be absolutely terrible at this. The moment you put this under a stressful timer, I'm done. I don't think I have it in me for this one.
I
Strength
get
to those
that.
who
I
do.
get that. Yeah.
But
It's
this is
really
cool.
cool, especially once you get to the relics going. Like usually in games like Slay the Spire, relics come by every so often.
Yeah.
In this game, you get relics on top of relics on top of relics,
Hmm.
which is really interesting. Because, for example, if you get a relic that if you make a mistake, it fills out all of the other squares around the square where you made the mistake in.
Uh-huh.
So it really helps you, and you need it because so far I haven't managed to get past the second boss. The
Okay.
second boss kicks my ass every time. It's like there's this one boss that you need. It works in phases. You have the green phases where the entire screen is green, and then you have the red phases where it turns red.
Yeah.
And if you solve a puzzle during the red phase, you do 10 damage to the boss.
Okay.
But during the green phases, the boss does damage to you, and it's just the damage comes so quickly, and I
Yeah.
have no idea how to stop it. But yeah, I'm eager to find out if I can beat it.
Bet. I think you probably got it. I think you just got to take some time. This does. There's that weird energy where I was just like, I don't think I can handle this. I'm like, however, this seems peaceful on the Steam Deck. I wish there was. I had the way to explain what that mentally feels like. It's like, yeah, on the Steam Deck, I think this would be really good. But I
I
do
haven't played it on
love what
Steam
I'm
Deck.
seeing. Have not played on Steam Deck?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm just imagining like mobile, like click, 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 like just tap to do everything. But this is dope. I remember you talking about it during Next Fest, and I thought it sounded cool. Just I wouldn't be good at it. And again, I'm in the same spot. I'm like, this looks cool. I'd be so bad at it. Ooh, forgive me, team, for yawning. This is one of those weeks.
It sure is.
But yeah, this one looks dope. I'm excited to hear as you play more. If you're like, dude, I fucking hate it. It's the worst game I've ever played. Or you'll be like, nah, dude, I love it. I'm still in on it. Not that I think you would hate it. I'm rambling at this point.
No, it's
Oh,
a really good time, and if you enjoy Picross, I definitely would suggest giving it a try.
yeah,
It will have released by the time that this episode goes
sick. Hell yeah. I mean, Dave Jackson over there, sucker for Picross. So Tales from the Backlog. Hell yeah, timestamp. Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk Balatro likes, let's talk about another super weird one that God did it take me a minute to figure out what the fuck I was doing. But a developer reached out. This demo is on Steam. The game is called Flagatron. That is flag hyphen o flag. Let's try it again. Flag hyphen o hyphen tron. Tofr, I had no idea what the fuck was happening when
What
I
the
started
hell?
this game. They're on like a monitor that has a map of the world. You have chess pieces, and you have like a grid with numbers on it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And they gave the tutorial, which started to make sense. Basically, the whole thing is you are making rows of flags. And once you build them into a row, they will calculate the color of which those flags exist will give you points. Starting from the bottom, if you for video watchers, audio watchers, lost cause. You're lost. You're gonna have to stick this one out. You got to see this one. Visual watchers, stick with me. On the left side, you have from the bottom up green, red, yellow, blue. So when you're using, also I had to turn these down. It was very fucking loud. When you build rows of flags, they'll spawn in and just wherever on the grid. You use the chess pieces to move the flags to where you want them. So they'll move like a pawn, they'll move like a bishop. There are some unique ones. There's like a dragon, so it can move anywhere where another flag is placed, so you can just swap places. There are patterns, so as you get around, you can cut flags into shape where it's like, oh, this shape does this type of multiplier, or da-da-da-da, or this texture means if it's in the row with anything of a matching color, it'll get ×2 multiplier, et cetera, right? So as I was figuring that, I'm like, okay, this is making sense. As it plays a flag, it'll count how many points of that color you've earned. Once you complete a round, you go to the shop. You can get new upgrades that'll add new colors, add new patterns. Again, basically getting jokers from in Balatro.
Yeah.
Once you go back to the map, this video doesn't have, yeah. Once you play a row, so I do the horizontal row, it's going to take all of those points and put them onto the left. Starting from the bottom, we go up. Green times red, red times yellow, yellow times blue. Add that to the top. That's my total score. Once I saw the numbers get higher, I'm like, wait, I'm figuring it out. So you have cards that are like, yes, if this is in the same row as a blue one, you'll get ×4 to your total number. This one has, what is it called? I think it was, there's a status effect. I can't think of what it's called. But it was like, if this is in the same row with anything else with the same status effect, it'll get a multiplier. So if I got 4 in a row that had that, it would multiply by themselves. So I kept going up. I'm like, got it. I'm seeing it. This was a tough one for me to pick up at first. I was so infatuated with how it looked. And I could not for the life of me figure out how to make it function and how to get the numbers up. And then eventually I'm like, did I hit? I hope I have the footage. There's one, the score was like, get 2,000. I'm like, 64,000? Got it. Nailed it. I don't know how, but I got it. I did it.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I don't think it's as easy as, maybe that's what Balatro comes with time, right? We just get used to what poker hands are. This isn't one I feel like I can just pick up and grab like I can for Balatro and just fall into it. I think one of the biggest things, I already mentioned this episode, how bad I am at geography. And the moment I was like, oh, there's actual flags of countries that I'm not going to know. I don't know what that means. Yes, it kind of matters. Like they'll tell you like, oh, if you know this flag, you'll know you get this type of effect every time. But it's not like, you don't know where Poland is? Like, you know, you're not fucked in some crazy way. Like it is just... There are real flags. Most of the flags you're playing with are made up because you're stitching random shit together.
Okay.
But yeah, quite a surprise. I do dig it. I want to play some more just to see if I can get better at it. But I think at the end of the day, I'd be like, if I'm not good at it, I'll just go back to a Balatro or a ball pit or something, you know? But yeah, it is really cool. It is a unique one where I'm like, I like that there's a genre. I like that people take different approaches to the genre, and this is a very unique type of roguelike that is still very like Balatro coded, but is its own thing, and I like it.
It's you've explained it, and I've seen the video.
Yep.
And I still have no idea.
Yep. It's
I
nuts.
feel like I have to play it myself to like get it.
Yeah, it's a free demo. It makes sense. Like here, let's break this down, right? So. Okay, it's hidden behind my camera, so you can't see it. But in the bottom left corner, you basically get 3 actions a turn. There's a horizontal row, there's a vertical row, there's a diagonal row. So depending on how many chess pieces you have, you can move things into those patterns to make sure you're getting things. So if I'm like, let's say this is current grid, right? Fucking move that. Get that off the screen, Danny. Fucking move your mouse. There we go. Like, if I wanted to move this, I don't know what flag this would even be. This red, yellow, green one with the black star. If I was to move that to the left, I could get a vertical row. But right now I have a diagonal row with that 3. So if I click that, it's going to go, all right, this flag I don't know the numbers, I'm not hovering it. But there's blue points, there's white, there's no white. There's red points. This one's got green, yellow, red. This one's got blue and red. Whatever they're worth, they'll get added over here, multiply, boom. And then I'm like, oh, well, I have the bishop or whatever. I'm going to move this guy all the way over here. I don't think that's how... I'm bad at chess, too. So this is just a bunch of stuff that I'm really bad at. This has everything that tells me that I should not be good at this game and I should just hang it up now. But yeah. Yeah, I dig it. I think it's worth a try. I think it's weird because like I'm explaining all these things and they're probably so petrifying. Of like I don't know countries, I don't know flags, I don't know chess, I don't know all this stuff. But it's the same way I explained Balatro when it came out. Right? Is if you don't know poker, that's okay. There's a guide that tells you what the hands are. There's not necessarily a guide that tells you every single flag is. You just look at that in your inventory. But like it is, once you click on something and find out how these things move, I think you get an idea of how patterns work and how to best build flags in this game. And it's unique. It's interesting. Flabbergasted this exists, but I'm glad I got the email and I gave it a shot because it's cool. It's dope.
Yeah. I'm glad you put it on my radar. I see it's releasing pretty soon. I should probably add it to the dock.
Yeah.
Because it's releasing on February 16th.
Here we go.
Yeah, go.
Ooh, on the 16th, that's a dangerous day. There's a big game coming out that day.
It really is.
God, what do you want? God, one of my metamors messaged me. Go away, Abby. I'm busy. But anyway, yeah, that's Flagatron. So timestamp, Tofr, what else you
got? My next game is a demo.
Cool.
And it's for Thrifty Business, the new game by Spellgarden Games.
Yeah.
The people who made Sticky Business. In this one, you run your own thrift shop, which you bought from the previous owner, but it's empty. Like she left you nothing, Ingrid. So you set out to like buy your own inventory and buy your own furniture to put the inventory in, and you mentioned it when we were talking about Sticky Business.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have that multiplayer component where you're creating your own stuff.
Yeah.
This one is like you buy boxes of stuff, a bit similar to what was the book game called again?
Referring to Unpacking?
God damn it. No, the one where you run your own Tiny Bookshop.
Tiny Bookshop. God, okay. I was like, book game? Like where I pick a book to save a profile? Immediately, that's crazy. You said book game. Like, yeah, that thing in Unpacking where I pick a book to save? Weird. I guess that's what that is.
Yeah, no,
anyway.
I'm in Tiny Bookshop.
No, I see what you're at.
In Tiny Bookshop, you buy boxes of books.
Right.
And in this game, you buy boxes of goods that you can then sell in your thrift shop. Some of these boxes can be free. Others can be bought for money. There are requests made by customers. For example, in the demo, there was a new dog owner who wanted a doggy bed for his puppy. So you look out to like if anyone is selling that, so you can sell it on to the dog owner. It's a fun time. You choose where to put all of your items. Items that are in the same category are best placed near each other, so they're worth more.
Okay.
And then once you've put everything in their place, you allow the customers to come in, and customers will roam around your shop and buy something or maybe not buy anything. They also leave litter, which I think is quite rude.
These bastards.
Yeah. So you have to clean that up. But yeah, you also can do events. There's 2 events in the demo. So you have your opening, like your big opening event, like I'm the new owner, come and celebrate with me. And then there's one of your customers is a queer person, and they are having trouble dating people. So you organize a dating event for queer people, which I think is a really neat touch. But yeah, it has that same level of wholesomeness that Sticky Business has. It has the same visual style that both Sticky Business and Ritual of Raven have. It's a really good time. This is a must-buy for me on day one when it comes out, because I'm gonna lose so much time.
I'm very interested, right? I'm looking at it. I know I love Sticky Business. I know I'm going to give this one a try. The demo is, I think I have it downloaded already. I just haven't a chance to dive into it. I was very interested to see how it would play after the that freedom of creativity of Sticky Business and taking that away. where it's like I don't get to make the things I sell. I'm kind of just being given stuff. And I can see for players that being, oh, I had this. This is why I like sticky business. I know, like, for my chat, right? And I don't know if this still has any kind of Twitch integration, if they kind of stepped away from that, if it wasn't the value that they needed. But being like, oh, yes, I can make the things and my chat wants to buy the stickers that I sell. Whereas here, it's like, I did find a purse. There's nothing special about the purse. It just kind of looks cool. So if that's your thing, you're into it, awesome. But if not, I see that you mentioned, like the co-op, right? The air quotes co-op of it isn't really there anymore.
No.
However, as I'm watching all you like put stuff on the shelf, I'm like, that unpacking vibe is though. That unpacking vibe is right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unpacking 2, is that you?
I remember seeing the demo, the trailer for this, and my first thought was, "Are we getting a new unpacking?"
Yeah. Hell yeah. No, it looks very fun. I'm getting that moonlighter itch in the back of my head too, of like my shop, and then people come in and buy my stuff, and I'm like, clean up after yourself, and they're gonna be like, get multipliers because the better. And you had mentioned like putting things with things of similar vibe of, oh yes, they'll get more out of it. And seeing how that shop levels up. I know in the trailer we've seen like multiple floors and extra shelves and different units. So yeah, I want to see that goes. My ass is going to be like, I need matching shelves. It bothers me that there's the purple one that's like open and then like the big wooden blue one that's all deteriorated. I'm like, nah, I need matching shelves.
That's my bad. I bought those.
I hate you for
you
that.
Can buy this. You can buy the same ones. I wanted some variety. It's a thrift shop. It's supposed to be messy.
Get a second floor and have variety on different floors. This floor, I need everything to match. I don't care how thrifty it is. I don't care how ugly it is. I need to match. I sell exclusively pineapple vases in the shop.
I think that's gonna be part of the full game. That's not really that much of a thing in the demo yet. Is how you're gonna like decorate your own shop.
Yeah.
How you're gonna make it look. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to the full release. I hope we don't have to wait too long anymore.
Hopefully not. Yeah, I think this one will formally be a part of Next Fest, if I recall. It's out now, but a lot of devs are dropping their demo beforehand, so then for Next Fest it's already out and they can do a few bug fixes. Look at these fucking litterers. Fuck them.
I know, right? So
I'm calling
rude.
the cops. I'm calling the cops. They're ruining my shop. Oh yeah. Timestamp it up. I've got Uno more game to talk about. And hold on, I'm in the wrong folder. I need this one. This is another one I'd received a key for. I am in an interesting spot with this one because I do like it, but I don't know that I like it enough to play anymore. I feel like I kind of got my fix on it.
Okay.
This game is called Tomb of the Bloodletter. And it is not a dungeon crawler. It is definitely a roguelike. Man, how do I explain this? You're spelling words, Tofr. You're spelling words. And it's not like Scrabble where I get a pack of tiles and I have to spell with what's available, but it almost kind of is. You get a full QWERTY keyboard to spell whatever you want. However, based on your knowledge, like it's a stat of your knowledge, you get that number of magic skills every turn. Those magic skills get spread across the keyboard. So like if you're watching the video version, the D, the Y, the M, the K, and the L all have magic skills. They do different things. Some of them cause me to take damage when I spell with them. Some of them will do damage to the enemy when I hit using a word that spells with that letter. Some reduce the damage the enemy has incoming, but it can only go as low as 1. So it's a bunch of different stuff like that. As you level up, you complete a level, you get new items, you get more magic. The more knowledge you have, the more keys will have spells, and that meaning the more words you can spell will do things to the enemy. Like if I would just go here and like, I'm just terrible example, but it's all I could think of. Ass. My A and the S's don't have anything. If I just spell ass, it won't do anything. It's just like boop, 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 no score. You're not getting like, again, this is why I hesitate to say Bellatra, because it's not like a ding, 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 the score goes up. It is build the number by the spelled word to do damage. But then also if you take damage, but you have to do damage to yourself. If the enemy does damage, you don't gain anything. If you take the tomato one and do damage to yourself, I think it's your fever goes up or something like that, which at the bottom right is that little demon skull. Like if that hit like recharges to 4, that's a +1. So every instance of damage you do is another +1. So if I level it up twice, every instance of damage you do is a +2. So it is a lot of different things of just increase your damage. But you also need to heal them, because if you just keep damaging yourself, but if you don't have a skill to heal yourself, you kind of just have to stall and not let the enemy hit you for a lot. That becomes very difficult and challenging when you have kind of basic magic. I completed a run. I got the new character, which introduces more like rerolls, where you can just kind of clear the board of your magic and replace them where you want. I haven't found a lot of success with that one, and it's kind of in that spot of, this is the character. When I beat it with this character, I get the next character. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, I'm glad that exists. Like, it gives a reason to play through all with the different characters and get more stuff to play as. But I feel like I'm just not in it anymore. I feel like I kind of, once I picked up how this game works, I was like, the Cursed Words demo is out, and I've had way more fun with that. Something that does limit me to like, hey, this is a Scrabble board of like, take the letters you have and spell a word with it and then get those multipliers and everything. That is a lot more on the Balatro side of things, as opposed to like this one. I don't know. There's some enemies that will throw tar, so they block the letters on your screen, so you can't spell with them. I think that's a fun mechanic. I think that's cool and all. I think what ends up being a problem with it is like, there's one character who's like, hey, he blocks out your vowels. So if I have bad magic and I don't have the ability to like recycle them and move them around, and I'm like, I'm going to spell a word with the A, and then he takes away the A. So I'm like, oh, I have E-I-O-U. And he starts taking those away, and I still don't have the skills to do damage. I'm stalling. Once he gets rid of my vowels, I'm kind of fucked. Like, you just, you slowly sit there and die. Because there's so few words you could actually spell. Like, I think there's a case here where like, I go to spell like dry or something, where I'm like, cool, but none of these letters have a spell on them. So they're literally useless. Like, I just have a board of things I can't play. And I think that was happening to me far too often to be like, shucks, it happened again. I should have worked faster, as opposed to, well, fuck, I don't have the letters I need. Like, it isn't the way it randomly spawns wasn't convenient enough to even attempt to survive a lot of times. And I just ended up getting to the point, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm good. I think there's someone out here who's going to like mesh with this well, and they're going to be able to click and spell the words, and they have that dictionary of a brain that's like, oh yes, I totally understand. I could spell flingle dingle, and like, that is a real word, and get the points on it. But, yeah, I think I've got my experience with it, and I'm kind of set on it. I think it's good. I think it's fine, but probably not for me anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, because it's a cool concept. It reminds me of the what are those games called? The Bookworm Adventures?
Yeah. Kind of.
Remember those?
Yeah. I never played them. I've seen them. I know what you're referring to.
Yeah. But it does suck like that. You can get completely stuck because you don't have any vowels left.
Yeah. Because like it's again, it's blocked by my camera. You can't see it. Behind me, there's a little like spiral. That is you sacrifice health to move all the magic. I think with this character, you get like additional magic recycles or something like that. And it's fine. And then when you start a run, you get to build a word. So if you're on like your first stage of a run, you build a room of 3. Again, you spell whatever word you can with 3 letters. And if you spell with letters that have magic on them, they'll be like, oh, get 5 max health or whatever for the run or whatever. Like, they do different things, which is cool. It's a good way to kind of set up your own map and do your own trail. But once you get into it and like this person, well, I forget what this guy's thing was. They were like frozen in ice. I think they took like reduced damage. Oh no, they were the vowel person. They took out my vowels.
Okay.
So it became like, at this point I have O and U. So I'm like, what can I spell with the B, with the O? I could spell boy, but that is, I'm decreasing the damage, but they don't do damage. They get rid of my vowels. So this was, I had to do damage before they were stopping my game. So yeah, it just became more complicated to do anything and play the game. And maybe that's a skill issue, perhaps, but
I don't know.
Just fine.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I like the look of it, and I like the idea behind it, but
yeah,
if you can get stuck like that, I don't know. That feels like
it's a struggle, like to
a programming issue.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, I think there's an audience for it. That's not me at this point.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm gonna give it a shot if you think it looks cool. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on it. Timestamp. Tofr, you have one more thing to talk about.
Yes, I do. I've been replaying the first 4 episodes of Scarlet Hollow, which is the first game by Black Tabby Games, the people who brought us Slay the Princess.
Yeah.
I've replayed these because episode 5 is coming out at the end of this week, I received a key to review episode 5, but I already owned the game, so I could play the first 4 episodes. Um, this is how I discovered Black Tabby games. I played Scarlet Hollow before there was a Slay the Princess.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool take on the horror game. It's a visual novel in which you travel back to Scarlet Hollow because your aunt has died and you're going back there for the funeral. But the only person you know in Scarlet Hollow is your niece Tabitha, and she doesn't really like you because her mom and your mom didn't really get along. Um, when you arrive there, you have a week to spend before the actual funeral. And your niece doesn't really have any time for you. So you set out to discover the town on your own and you meet the local townsfolk. But you also start uncovering some kind of mystery. Um, and I don't want to spoil too much because
Yeah.
it's cool being blind into this game. Especially because just like in Slay the Princess, the choices you make can create a vastly different game to that one that someone else is playing. For example, episode 5, that's coming out, um, it almost doubles the size of the game
Wow.
from the
Okay.
previous 4
Yeah.
episodes. But a playthrough of episode 5 will only take you about an hour and a half, 2 hours,
Okay.
because they just have to write possibilities for every possible choice that you've made before.
Right.
It's really insane.
This seems nuts. I don't know
So
how they do it all.
I don't know either. Like all of the visuals are hand drawn as well, which I think is insane. Um, it's the intrigue is so interesting because you're just everything that happens just raises more questions
Mhm.
on what's going to happen, who can you trust, who do you confide in, um, who do you want to date? Because there's even romance in this one.
Hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a special game, and I'm hoping the developers have said that uh, the final 2 episodes will be coming at a faster rate than the previous episodes have.
Okay.
Um, Episode 5 especially has been taking a really long time because they created the entirety of Slay the Princess in between episode
Right.
4 and 5. um, but yeah, it's so well written. It's funny at times. Um, it's there's lots of unexpected things happening. Like the horror brains of these developers are
Mm.
really interesting. It's like, how did you come up with that?
Yeah.
That's should we be worried? Do
You
we
gonna
need to call
talk?
someone?
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that some people are waiting to play the game until the entire game is finished.
Sure.
But my advice would be just play it now
Yeah.
and replay
Sure.
it over and over again. I'm gonna replay chapters 1 through 4 again before doing my review of episode 5 because I want to see how different my game can be exactly.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's one we've talked about like a couple times because we bring up, Slay the Princess and then talk about Scarlet Hollow. And I have another friend now that I recently learned he was like, Danny, episode 5? Because I'm like, I'm real. I haven't played it, but Tofr likes it. And we talked about it before. And RJ's like very excited to play the new one. I think RJ and Sid for the American Arcadia game are both excited to play it. Yeah, I'm so infatuated. It might be one that in just the span of my life and time is like, I got to watch someone's Let's Play of this one. And it's, also, I realized, is that featuring hundreds?
Is that what?
Featuring hundreds of hand-drawn? Am I crazy?
Featuring? Oh no.
Featuring? I'm wondering if that was a
Does it
play on
say that?
words. You're like, oh, sorry, you don't see it. Yeah. Hold on.
No, I'm not seeing
I
it.
forgot to switch the scene. The featuring.
Featuring? Oh
100. I'm like, is that a
no.
play on words for
I
people?
think
Like,
that's
oh,
just
if
a
you've played.
mistake.
Okay, cool. Interesting. See, it's funny. I just had this conversation about totally unrelated about on reality TV the amount of people that leave the R out of frustrating. Like, I'm so frustrated. I'm like, because you're not saying the R. That's probably why you're frustrated. It's so frustrating to hear you say frustrated. Stop it. Say the whole word.
Nuclear.
Yeah. Listen. Listen. Maybe it's me. I haven't been on reality TV yet. Maybe we'll be on Big Brother someday. We're gonna find out. But if I get in that diary room and I go frustrated, I'm like, you know what? I had this whole lifelong plan to come in here and complain about people saying frustrated, but I'm so frustrated I can't even say frustrated right. I get it. I take it all back. But hey, I'm just so frustrated, man. I can only do so much. Put extra letters in. I was like, maybe featuring has always had an R in there, and I just didn't know. But interesting. But anyway, all that aside, yes, Scarlet Hollow. Excited episode 5, and then 6 will be the last. Is that the plan, or
7?
7 is okay. 7, got it.
Each
okay.
episode is one day of the week.
Okay, got it. We mentioned there were 2 episodes left. I didn't know that was including 5, or if that was 5 and then 6, 7. Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do believe that 6 and 7 will be released together.
Okay.
As one. No, Danny, no. Don't do the 6-7 thing.
No. 6-7. Sorry for audio listeners. Tofr went, I think 6 and 7. I just went, with the hand thing. Yeah, it was good. It was a good bit.
Is this going to be a weekly thing? Am I going to have to be worried?
I don't know, Tofr. I'm in a place. We're in another universe right now. We're in another timeline, and I have no idea. But yeah, timestamp. That's what we've been playing, which means we're on to what we've been playing. Tofr, you want me to do those? Or you want to do them?
You can do them for once if you want.
Let me run them real quick. You had 4 games. Let me talk about a game. You know?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a trick by Agua. My lovely viewers, we're on to the indie games releasing this week. This is for February 12th through February 18th. Starting on February 12th, we have Little Gator Game Into the Dark DLC for PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. We have Bonnie Bears Saves Frog Time coming to Switch. We have Blemo coming to PC. We have Everwane coming to PC in Early Access. We have Chromagun 2 Die Hard, it's D-Y-E, like dying colors, coming to PC. We have Roadside Research coming to PC in Early Access. We've got, on February 13th, Clue Murder by Death on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. We have Reanimal on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Then we have Scarlet Hollow Episode 5 coming to PC. February 16th, we've got Double Dungeon coming to PC, which I'm very excited about. Astra Botanica coming to PC in Early Access, and then Flagatron coming to PC. Next up on February 17th, we've got Aerial Knights Drop Shot coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. We've got Under the Island coming to PC. Fates Theater coming to PC. Placid Plastic Deck, A Quiet Quest. Jesus, what a title. Coming to PC. And then Roach Post coming to PC. And then to round out the week on February 18th, we've got Strange Brew coming to PC and The Killing Stone coming to PC. Tofr, anything on that list you're excited for?
There's lots of bangers coming out.
Yes, lots of bangers.
Everwane is an interesting looking roguelike deck builder that I'm looking forward to. There's Little Gator Game, the DLC that I would like to play. Although I never finished the base game, so maybe I should do that first. There is Under the Island, which is a really charming looking Zelda-like game. And Placid Plastic Deck, A Quiet Quest is another card game that looks really cool. I hadn't heard of it. I don't know how I came to find it, but it looks cool.
I have to pull one up. I'm like trying to think if I've ever seen it. Let's see. Yeah. Look at all the rubber ducks.
Yeah, I think it's a spin-off of the Placid Plastic Duck games.
Okay, I was gonna say I just looked up Placid. I went to look it up and I saw Duck. I'm like, oh, it must be a whole different franchise. But yeah, the fact that it's ducks, it makes okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's by the same developer, so
that's cool. It's giving Inscription with like the board game part. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but there's a lot going on here. We got like a thermometer that's like a pool, but then there's like two, like just I think it's a graveyard, and there's a clock or a compass. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot on the screen here.
Yep.
Dope. Yeah, it looks cool.
Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, Chromagun I got to play at Summer Game Fest. I really dug it. I definitely got trapped on some of the puzzles. I had an okay-ish experience with my demo of like the... you could tell the devs were like, hey, this puzzle is not very clear. We fucked up. Just do this. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. There's a point where my appointment came up and somebody from IGN was in my spot, and I was like, hey, it's my turn. And they just didn't get out of the seats. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go away. I'm not going to worry about it.
Wow.
It was fine. And then I came back. I'm like, hey, my appointment was like 20 minutes ago and they still haven't moved. He's like, oh, you want to reschedule? I'm like, I kind of want to have my appointment, but I guess that's fine. But all that to say, Chroma Gun was pretty cool. I'm excited for that one. Roadside Research is a dope one. I haven't played the demo yet, but it is like you are playing as aliens trying to blend in on Earth and run a gas station. Very friend slop type of energy, so I think that'll be a cool one. I might try and squeal that one in for a slop squad in the coming weeks. Reanimal, obviously, I talked earlier in the episode how excited I am for that one. But then Double Dungeon. I played the demo for that. God, it might have been 2 years ago now, like 2023. And it's like a dice rolling turn-based tactics game. I fucking loved it. I'm very excited for the full game. And like we talked before, we were looking at the release. I'm like, oh God, did I know? When did it get a date? It must have when we talked about our most anticipated, because I probably said it. Go back and hear me talk about it. Just in one ear, out the other. But yeah, that one comes out this week, and I'm very excited. I need to, if I don't get a key or anything, I'm going to find a means to ask for one. But yeah, reach out to the devs or just pick it up one way or the other. But yeah, Double Dungeon was really cool. I want to play more of that one. Nice. And you mentioned Under the Island. I saw one on Blue Sky, and I thought it looked really cool, so I want to hopefully get in that one too.
Yeah.
It's a big week for indies. A lot going on.
It really is.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, let us know which games you're looking forward to this week as we move on to our indie spotlight, where we just talk about an indie game that could use some more attention or one that you should probably go play because it's been out for a while. I'm talking about an upcoming game that should be coming out sometime here in March, and it is called Critter Defend Together. This one, let me see here. I'm gonna read the Steam description. Smash through hordes of enemies solo or with up to 4 players in co-op. Is it an action roguelike? A tower defense? Hard to say. What we do know is that you and your crew will become absurdly powerful while following a surprisingly cool story. This is this interesting combination of like top-down Diablo gameplay with that tower defense and like city builder. Also with a little bit of Overcooked. There's just a lot of different things we're grabbing and throwing into one place, and I like it. I say Overcooked kind of to mimic the Diablo part of it, just so it's like a little bit of each. You play these cute little robots. You're like being put into task by this other module robot thing. It's like, yep, you ready to go? All right, get in there. It just looks silly. It looks over the top, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. There's a free demo on Steam you can play now too. I had this one on my wish list for a while and kind of forgot it existed. And I really want to like see how it plays. I think I ran it solo the first time when I played the demo. And now that I'm looking at the 4-player co-op video, I'm like, this could be fun. I think it'd be a dope one. But yeah, looking for a good co-op game to play with your buddies. Critter comes out next month, so pay attention.
Nice. It's an interesting combination of influences.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, I also really like the characters designs. The little like, I don't think they hold a candle to Repo. I think that's very important. But I think there's like, Repo stands out because of how charming the characters are. And I think because of the style of the game, it doesn't give you that same visual. Like you don't get to see your character as much. You're kind of just like a blip on the screen. But I think in those moments you get to look close enough to see them. Like, oh, look at these cute little dudes. They're fun.
Yeah.
I'm also getting, weirdly enough, I keep thinking of Magicka as well. It's nowhere near that because that's like combining spells and stuff. But I also keep thinking of Magicka as I'm watching this too. So that's another good example of a game. If you like Magicka, maybe you like this.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, Critters Defend Together. It comes out here in March. So keep an eye out, go wishlist it and play the demo. See if your friends dig it and then play it some more. But with that, timestamp Tofr. That brings us to the end of our episode. We did the damn thing. We killed it. We out here. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this episode. Be sure to like it if you're on YouTube, 5-star review if you're on Spotify, Amazon Music, etc., etc. If you're out there today watching this episode, it comes out. Catch me tonight on Folk and Myth doing Carpathian Sun. I play a upcoming detective who has a little weasel lizard in his pocket. I don't know what exactly that means, but yeah, it's cool. He's a little guy. His name's Isaac. He killed a man.
Oh no.
Oh, you'll get that when you see it on the show. But Tofr, if little Stinkly Winklies want to find you on the internet, where would they go?
The easiest way to find me is through my link tree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, guys, at CGDannyB all over the interwebs, find our stuff. Be sure to stick around for next week. We do another episode of Playlog Podcast. Catch us on twitch.tv/CGDannyB. Doing all the fun indie gaming stuff. I know it'll be yesterday of this coming out. We got to play the Frog Squad playtest, which I'm really excited. Ooh. I'm sure Danny, who's here on Thursday posting this episode, loved it. But Danny, recording this episode, has not played it yet, so cannot speak to it, but we'll see. Yeah, and then no streams this weekend because it's Valentine's Day. So go enjoy your time, be with your loved ones, send some love, send some beautiful texts for a little bit. You know, be a little nasty in those text messages. Give it a shot. Shoot your shot. Yeah, be a little nasty. I plan to. Damn right. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.